Overcoming that drug addiction at once from apart, realizing coming out all you need is
never adjusted.
If I could get everybody's attention real quick. If there's empty seats next to you, can you show each other some more love and crowd up next to each other? Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Without any further shenanigans, like my boy Most Def would say, here we have Laura. Yes, yes.
What's up, Gonzaga? You guys excited for tonight? Yeah. So am I. Oh my goodness. I came all the way from Chicago to be here, guys. Okay? And I am so excited. I've read all of these monologues, and you're in for something really special tonight. It's really important to me that you guys support everyone who gets up on the mic tonight. It's not easy to do. You know, and for some people, this is their first time really performing in front of a crowd. And besides that, they're here for you. This is your community. These are your people. They're here representing for you, taking risks, saying things that might be really difficult to say. So I really want you to show love to everyone tonight. Okay? It's on the judges to judge. It's on you guys to enjoy and support. Word? We good? Really? I can't hear you. Oh man. First one ever. I feel so honored to be the guest MC and poet tonight. All right, so I think we're gonna basically just jump right into it. We have 8 different contestants tonight, and I'm just gonna let you guys know who everyone is, the names of their pieces, and they're gonna go right into it, okay? Are you ready? Are you really, really ready? Yeah. Excellent.
What am I? Every time I meet someone new, it's, hi, I'm Izzy, nice to meet you, and I'm insert name here. Where are you from and what are you? Well, the first part's easy to answer. I'm from the forgotten ghetto of my own personal utopia. What am I? Well, that's hard to say because I'm so many things. I'm a woman, outspoken and vivacious, always taking the last word. I'm a daughter, loved and nurtured and taught to pursue all my goals. I'm a sister, the baby of the bunch, but the one that holds us all together, sifting through the chaos of life and pulling hard on the heartstrings that connect us all through distance, through bars, through cubicles of glass trying to keep us apart. I'm a student, curious and questioning and always seeking answers. I'm a writer, spilling the ramblings of my mind onto the page, in most cases for no one else's eyes. I'm a singer, whispering melodies and someone else's words at times when my heart swells with so much emotion that my mind can't articulate its own. I'm a lover, kind and true, and when I'm with you, there's only you. I'm a friend, nurturing and caring, but rude and blunt at the same time, calling you out on your stuff when your rhythm doesn't match your rhyme. Holding your heart in my chest and giving you mine, and protecting your trust and hearing the stories of your lust and longing and sing-songing and reverting back to old ways that hurt and perplex your mind and never judging and always nudging you in a way that I think is right. Loving you with all my might and wishing that some part of you will do the same. Giving all that I have and more, and no, it's never a chore. Being ever vigilant at your side because I know at some point I might need to lean on you, and I hope you do the same. I'm a girl, confused and unsure of myself, in a constant battle within, struggling to figure out what do I want and where do I fit in. I'm a socialite, moving from group to group and learning everyone's name, making friends everywhere I go. I'm a loner, squatting in my own little corner, thinking and feeling all to myself, never letting anyone in, both trapped and protected by the walls that I've created to have my many times broken heart held together by strength. I'm a mentor and a role model, doing my best always to set a good example. I'm an aunt, motivated by the love and longing for a childhood that I never had, doing all that I can to protect my babies from the things that I went through and the lessons that I had to learn the hard way. Making my way in the world so that Lala and Rizzy know that they can. Babysitting and helping with homework, and in the meantime playing alligator and crocodile. Giving thousands of kisses and hugs and smothering them with all my love and wanting nothing from them but a smile. A smile that means the world to me. It fuels my engines and gives me the strength to keep going, keep pushing, no matter how hard it gets for me, because I'm it for them. The only positive role model in their lives, and I can never take that away. I'm not perfect, but I do the best I can to make it seem like I am. I'm a mask, a facade and a shell holding in a caged bird with broken wings. In the night, I hear her sing the pain and the heartache, sing the broken promises and harsh words, sing the memories I'd rather forget, so strong and painful, yet too clear and oppressing to remit. Sing the unrequited love and the missing moments, the lonely nights only comforted by tears, the cuts from the knife and the bruise on the back, bruise from the IVs and the mark on the back of my hand that's a constant reminder of what I've done. I'm the voice in my head that wakes me every morning and forces me out of bed. I'm bruised and I'm broken. I'm hollow, yet full. I'm wavering, yet never falling, but I'm here. I'm strong and I'm beautiful. Not your average kind of beauty, like the last bud of a dying rose bush, my petals blossoming behind a cage of thorns. Every tear and hard memory, every scar and bruise so deep that it will never heal, every lonely moment that I wished I could end it but kept going. Every laugh and every smile with a loved one, every nightmare and every harsh memory, every scornful and encouraging word. Everything that I have gone through and everything that is to come builds my ivory walls and polishes them to perfection. I am a castle, beautiful because of my walls, because of my words, because of everything that I've been through. This is the kind of beauty you can't bottle or sell. You can't paint it on and it doesn't come off. I'm real. I'm me. Yes, I'm Black. I'm Native American. I'm Irish and I'm French. Does that affect who I am to you or what you are to me? Does that add to or take away from the beauty?
I'm reading this to honor someone who isn't yet safe to tell her own story. Fall, 1997. All right, everyone, saddle up and come on down to the Grant County Fair Rodeo and Race Meet. Stop by the Cattlewomen's Breakfast, see the performers, and bid on the 4-H animals. Everyone will be there, so y'all don't miss out now. The fair is the most important time of the year in my little town. I'm going to ride every ride with my best friend, Marie. We'll walk together, hand in hand, riding all the rides, cheering at the shows, and eating fried food and cotton candy until one of us pukes. Later that night, when I go to Marie's house to stay the night, we'll kiss in her parents' hot tub. But neither of us know about that yet. I was proud to be from John Day. I called it a ranching community when I bragged about it to friends from out of town. I was proud of the smallness, proud of everyone knowing everything about everybody. Before I thought of it as a busybody cow town, when I was proud of the ranchers and jealous of the ranch kids. Before I realized that it was just a dying timber town. When I was uncynical enough to call it home. Spring, 1998. We should all get boyfriends, Sarah tells me one Friday on the playground. Why, I ask. Boys are gross. I am, after all, 7 years old. Because it's what girls do, dum-dum. Get boyfriends. Marie doesn't have a boyfriend, and I don't want one, I counter. Yes, I do, yells Marie. Blake is my boyfriend. She grabs Blake's hand and digs in her nails with an ugly look. He doesn't dare let go. Well, I can still beat you at monkey bars, I shout, and with that, everyone forgets what they were yelling, or why. That night, I go to Marie's house, like every Friday. She kisses me in her parents' hot tub again, but this time it makes me feel ugly. We don't talk about Blake. I guess you don't have to talk about doing what you gotta do. Summer, 2003. Marie moves away. We write letters for almost a year. Marie goes to parties and has a new boyfriend named DJ. But she kisses Charlotte in her parents' new hot tub. I go to church and promise not to date boys until I'm ready to get married. I promise not to even have crushes on boys, if I can help it. I'm good at keeping this promise. Better than any of the other girls. I do not kiss anyone else in anyone's parents' hot tub. Fall, 2004. I'm a freshman, and the senior girl named Sam is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. She dates a boy named Matt and wears tons of black eye makeup and is already a journalist. She puts a Carrie Edwards poster on the outside of her locker, and even though it's against the rules, no one makes her take it down. On November 5th, after Mr. Bush is reelected, some people cover her locker with his posters. They shove his stickers and brochures into the vents, and when she opens the door, it all falls out on top of her. I see her crying in the back hallway that day. A few months later, her brother dies in Iraq. She wears her peace sign earrings to the funeral. Sam's strength is beautiful. Spring, 2006. I hate school this last term of sophomore year. Every day is this grueling trek to 8th period. At least I have civics and psychology right in a row, which I like for two important reasons. The first is because Jake Thompson, the best teacher in my high school, teaches both classes. He talks about racism. He's the first person to mention genocide in relation to Native Americans. And he's the only adult in my life to suggest that being homosexual might not be freakish or a sin. I don't see myself as college material, but Mr. Thompson does. I complain endlessly, but he forces me to register for his advanced placement U.S. history course in the fall. And he believes it when he says that I need it, because I will be going to college. Mr. Thompson's belief in me is beautiful. The second reason is Ray. She has these beautiful blue eyes, and she told me she was a lesbian the first time I met her. She's the only person in the whole school who's out, and the only gay person I've ever known. We sit in the back corner together and make fun of almost everything, but when we listen together. When there are movies, she'll put her hand on my back or leg, a gesture of something I'm not yet able to articulate. Girls write nasty things about her on the bathroom walls, and some people broke into her PE locker and destroyed her gym clothes so that she has to do academic PE in the library for the rest of the semester, filling out worksheets about sports while we're running laps or shooting baskets. She never wavers or apologizes. She never lets anyone see her doubt herself. Ray's dignity is beautiful. Winter, 2006. I'm at church 3 times a week. I have mentees and a mentor and capital R responsibilities. And I have a secret. I tell my mentor the only thing I can. I say I don't believe in God anymore. It's the truth, but not the whole truth, and he knows it. So he pours his life into mine. We have these endless, brutal conversations. He always has an agenda. He wants me to stay in the church, but he's open about it. And when it becomes clear that I will be leaving the church, he doesn't stop treating me decently or mentoring me. And that's not nothing. Mike's humanity is beautiful. Summer, 2010. Marie calls me to tell me that she's going to have a baby. She's upset. This wasn't part of her plan, but she's also hopeful. She asks me if I'll be the godmother. I'm honored and shocked and can't imagine saying anything but yes. I realize that in spite of, or maybe because of all we've been through, Marie is my oldest and my best friend. Because restoration is beautiful. March, 2011. Here I am. I'm 20. I'm a college student. I'm out, and a product of the places I've been and the people I've known. I learned young that there was a lot of ugly in the world, but also that there was a lot of beauty. I found it in young activists and young teachers, in progressive troublemakers and fundamentalist preachers. In John Day, I found hate, and I saw a lot of ugliness. But it was there, in that one-horse town, that I found the strength, the dignity, the humanity, and the forgiveness necessary to see true beauty. There is beauty in the quiet power of daily resistance. And for that reason, I will always be grateful for what I learned growing up in John Day, Oregon.
A real woman stands, 5'3". She opens her mouth to smile with no front teeth. Lost from the days when she was on her own at 13, she had to decide between toothpaste and something to eat. All alone, stomach growling, her heart craved for love. Hanging out with grown men, she didn't know who to trust. Messed around with the wrong man, had a baby at 15. There goes the Barbies. Goodbye, squeaky clean. A real woman walks around the block and needs a break. She's somewhere north of 250, trades grilled chicken for shake and bake. She can't afford fresh veggies, so she buys them in a can. She's got to stretch $1, single woman with no man. Needs food to feed 5 fatherless kids. She works 24/7 and never gets to quit. Left to raise 5 babies. A baby raising babies by herself. When she got them taken away, there went her emotional health. See, she could have given up, but those were her babies. They didn't belong bouncing from crib to crib or going through the same shit that she did. A real woman has hair turned gray. From days chasing her 4 girls and 1 son. From not knowing where next month's rent money was going to come from. From yelling at teachers telling them that they are the dumb ones. My babies are special, each and every one. From arguing with their daughters, wondering where they've been, not wanting them to make the same choices that she did. A real woman has little penguin arms that are big enough to give her baby a shoulder to cry on when they ask, Mom, where's my dad? She feels in the wrong. Yet they are long enough to point a finger in a father's face to tell him, you are not a real man, nothing but a disgrace. A real woman has eyes, baggy and red. From nights she screamed when she thought she was dead. From times she cried with a knife to her throat, please don't kill me. Wondering if she would see the next day. Not for her sake, but so she would protect her babies the next day. From crying of her baby, having a baby, and having to look at herself reincarnated on the daily. A real woman has wrinkles in her face. She's called grandma by her 6 new babies, 4 of which are being raised by single ladies. She looks in her daughter's eyes. She sees her reflection. Love drops a tear and ruins her complexion. A real woman has strength stronger than men. Her shoulders bear the weight of 40 years of struggle. Her legs are stressed from standing up for her babies, from bullies making fun of their clothes. Her arms pulsate from picking her babies up as adults just to say, I love you. A real woman woke up today. She hoped for a wish, but everything is just the same. And now she wishes that she could just hide. Drop everything and leave and just hide. From relationships thrown out and replaced with addiction. Paying for luck when her family's getting evicted. She prays that she can snap back to reality, but in all actuality, this is her reality. And yet, tomorrow, she'll wake up again. She doesn't know what it means to quit. Life's been a bastard, and yet she still survives. And whether she knows it or not, she saved 5 lives, including mine. Time moves on. It continues to roll. She's beaten up. Life's taking its toll. She looks in the mirror, and she sees who she is. She stands 5'3", weighs north of 250, has cobweb her hair, and shriveled skin. She's a queen. And she is beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, my piece is called Ola Naivi, and basically it comes from my genealogy, my mo'oku auhau, and what it means is long live the bones, and it kind of explains like how like my ancestors are living through me and like influencing everything I do. So this is it, Ola Naivi. Aloha Hawaii kuone hanau. Hawaii, the sands of my birth, a land flowing with culture and beauty, not just from the tropical beaches and the lush forests, but through the eyes, the souls, and the minds of the people. Eya kamo oku oko hana yamara, o Stephen James haru yamara kikane, o Josephine Bartolome Corpus Kavahine, noho pulawa hano ya ao o Ruben George Takeshi Yamada. Ola Naivi, long live the bones. The bones of those who've come before me, lived, worked, hid, conquered, slaved, and died. The bones of those who gave, who loved, who served. The bones of those who gave me life. The bones of those who created this being standing before you today. Representing the life of a Filipino immigrant, working to find a better future, traveling to foreign soils to earn a buck, a cent, a piece of copper. Sugar gave him that promise, that aspiration to bring his family to this unknown nation, yet he suffered, he slaved, he struggled to survive, yet he strived, he shined. He simplified his life to fulfill that ultimate goal in mind. The life of a Japanese man fighting to keep his family together, overcoming that candy-like drug addiction that once tore him apart, realizing that all he needed was that simple change in heart, commitment to his family, his children, on their own, life-struck, relying on their father, their savior, their sanctuary, their charm of good luck. The life of a Chinese woman who changed her life. She changed her identity to escape. A simple change of name would bring her family to new but familiar land, a land flowing with culture, new grain, and salt and sand. To her roots, she found herself with the tide brought home, her children soon to appreciate what had become of this journey. The life of a Portuguese prisoner of war, still living today, 98 years of age, growing, going, and glowing, hiding from his masters, learning how to make something out of absolutely nothing. And from that, I learned gratitude, respect, self-discipline. And most importantly, the life of a Hawaiian leader and of her long-living legacy. The legacy of a princess who established a wonderful treasure where the children of Hawaii would be able to learn about who they are, where they come from, where I come from, my origins, my story, attached to my heart and living through my bones, noble, courageous, intelligent people. And that is why I have become the man that I am today. I strive to live like Isidro Corpuz, Filipino immigrant and wonderful grandpa. I change my life like Stanley James Yamada, Japanese man and humble grandfather. I stay alive like Catherine Von Hoyt, or shall I say, Catherine Lau, Chinese woman who escaped to Hawaii and a loving great-grandma. I exchange as Jaime dos Remedios, Portuguese prisoner of war and strong great-grandfather. And I prolong as Princess Bernice Poahi Bishop does through her legacy, the Kamehameha schools. And those are the bones that support my being, create my foundation, and those are the bones of which I come from. I strive to uphold those values, engraved on my heart forever, so that I may pass on those values, those virtues, and those morals to my children, with whom my bones and my foundation will live on through. Eya kamo oku auhau oko ahana yamada. O Stephen James Haru Yamada Kikane, o Josephine Bartolome Corpus Kawahine. No hopula wa Hanawia au o Ruben George Takeshi Yamada. Ola naivi.
They say it is in the eye of the beholder, but according to what the media told her, there's just no way she's getting over or moving forward from the failure to meet expectations and regulations. Congratulations, society, for the underrepresentation of variety, for the demolishing of propriety, for the unnecessary anxiety that you consistently stimulate. Young girls are coerced to emulate, because to be considered second-rate motivates a desire to compensate for the lack thereof, which leaves a sting that resonates all throughout the subconscious. Young girls learn to scrutinize every inch from head to thighs. We get so caught up that we don't even realize that true beauty cannot be justified by the image displayed on a magazine. Whatever happened to beauty being skin deep? The concept is now viewed as obsolete, never adjusted to play, repeat, because everyone is trying to meet the notions of beauty that have been preconceived. Well, let me tell you what I believe. Beauty is not restricted for the young. It is associated with wisdom, and the older you get, the wiser you become. Beauty is contained within the laugh lines, from the light emitted from within the eyes, because only then can happiness genuinely be personified. Beauty is being content with the way that God made you. He didn't intend to create you to be like every other, to be like your sisters and brothers, but he gave you uniqueness for you to uncover and ultimately grow to embrace. Beauty is exuding confidence, regardless of recognition or prominence, and with a psyche that can overcome the temptations of insecurities. It doesn't matter how light you are, or how dark you are, or how artificially tan you are. No need to become consumed by the estimates of the scale, because through its measurements it fails to entail all that really identifies you. And honey, weight ain't nothing but a number. So I wish that we could envision our potential for greatness, rather than obsessing over the scars of an incision society engraved when it made the decision that what we are isn't good enough. Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you I love you. School is going well. Well, I guess it's going well. Things have been a little hectic, but hey, I'm still alive, and that's something, right? Hey, Mom. Why do you think I'm here right now? I know I have worked hard, but I can't help but think, why me? And then I look around me and think again, okay, so why am I here? I forget, that I am here to get an education so that I can help others who can't help themselves. And I know sometimes you don't understand why in the world I would want to give up money, fame, or glory to help others. But I don't really care how much I get paid, as long as you're financially okay and I am happy where I am working. The people around me though, some of them are rich. And when I say rich, I mean like really rich. They have like famous family members and are legacies here. Legacies like their parents, grandparents, and maybe even great-grandparents came here. But then there are other people who are like the Jesuits here, and who, like me, only want to help others. They are filled with so much kindness, though. It makes me self-conscious. It makes me think I can't possibly be as kind as they are. So, Mom, why, out of all people, am I here? I feel like I don't belong here. Why me? Why not Mayra or Yesenia, who live back home with their boyfriends and now their kids? Or Ruby? Why not Ruby, who can't even come to school no matter how much she would like to because she is an illegal immigrant? How come me and not them? I am tired of looking around me and staring at a sea of white faces. Sometimes there will be a brown face out there looking back. But nope, most of the time it's the same white faces staring back. I can't stand it anymore. Most of the time, I just walk with my head down now. I don't want to stare at those blue-eyed, blonde-haired white faces with their perfect hair, makeup, and clothes. I don't fit in with them. I feel like hating them all. I am sick of knowing that most Mexican Americans like me don't have the ganas to keep on luchando, keep fighting the odds. Why can't they help me defy the odds? So do I even have a chance then? Can a poor, fatherless girl like me really make it in higher education? Am I even built that way? Mom, I'm thankful for all your sacrifices. Without you, I would not be in this intimidating but good place. And I know that sometimes you feel ashamed because you were not able to provide me with much, and that you still can't. And I am sad that no matter how many times I tell you how appreciative I am for you, none of it matters, because I cannot change your feelings. It is even harder now not to agree that money would have made things better. It's hard because money should not mean everything like it does. And I do wish we had more money so that I too could succumb to the perfect hair, makeup, and clothes. I am embarrassed, but it's true. It's not too much fun knowing from childhood that we have had to refrain from too many unnecessary expenses. and I never wanted to hurt you. So I did refrain. No temper tantrums for me, like Manuel gave my madrina. Nope, I was always the perfect little child, except for once in a while, when I was sick of perfection and had to lash out, and most of the time, it was on you. At school, I was also the perfect little student, quiet and observing, never going too crazy. By the time I got my license, you trusted me so much, I could have lied and gone out with my friends. But yet again, I was the perfect little worker and went to work instead of going out partying. I hate that my life is a sad novela sometimes. It's pathetic. Boo-hoo, I never had a father to care for me. Boo-hoo, I have to work. I've had to work ever since I was of legal age to do so. Boo-hoo, I depend on scholarships and financial aid to go to a university. But I did have a mother to care for me, and because of my work, I have a little extra money to spend. But I feel like this can't go on forever, can it? I know I am lucky to even be here, and I should stop complaining. But it's hard. It's hard to imagine myself here. It's hard living here, knowing that others can't. It's hard paving my own rocky path without having anyone to follow. It's hard knowing that my cousins might feel inclined to come to a university, because if they don't, then the family might see them as failures. It's hard having to be here while you are at home working, trying to save up for us just in case one day. Ma, I need to know I have your support. If I only know that I am making you proud, I will be okay. You, Mom, are the most caring and beautiful person I know. And I know that I haven't been the ideal Mexican daughter, or the ideal American girl either. I am not a 5'2", curvy, and silky-haired Mexican girl who is willing to settle down right after high school and worry about la familia. And I am not a 5'5", skinny, blonde-haired, and blue-eyed American girl who goes on to higher education but is willing to settle down if the right opportunity comes. I am a 5'11", awkward and lanky Mexican-American girl who is self-conscious about everything, but can only keep on living to see if her dreams really can come true. Madre, if I only have your support, I will forget about all the odds and make it. Mama, if I only have your trust, I will make you proud. Ma, if I only have your love, I will be okay. Tu querida hija, Cristina.
Phase 1, the Jesus freaks. Mom would always tell me, Tim, the only thing that matters is that God thinks you're beautiful. By age 11, I was confident that God loved me, and he was real, no questions asked. I hung out with the kids from my church, and we were the Jesus freaks. We listened to Christian rock, went to Bible studies, had youth group, and went to giant Catholic youth conventions. Everything went back to God. He was, as they say, my rock. Well, at least until I figured out I was into dudes. Yeah, for the next 2 years, I was tripping over that rock. Phase 2, the Stargate Atlantean. Apparently, Stargate Atlantis, Christian rock, and Legos were not cool. No one told me. High school was horrid. Friday night parties with all my Legos, Stargate Atlantis, and MySpace. I spent 2 years feeling extremely alone. I had 1 or 2 friends, but they were just school friends. And at school, it was much easier to be an obnoxious, prepubescent Jesus freak than it was to admit I was gay. So that's what I did. MySpace became my gay getaway. I was 15, my name was Billy, from Seattle, Washington, and I played sports. I was whatever I wanted to be. But my entire life, I had thought God loved me no matter what. Now I find out being gay is a sin. I wasn't lonely because I had no friends. I was lonely because I could no longer look to God for the beauty in life. I had never learned to love myself for me. It was always because God loved me. My nights left me crying and praying to God. But instead of the gay leaving, it just got stronger, and I couldn't stay in the closet any longer. Phase 3, the rebel influence. Picture in your mind your typical mama's boy. He's probably about 10 years old and thinks that his mom is the shit.
She did wrong, and he would never disobey her. At 6 years, there I am. A 6-year-old woman who still thinks his mom is the shit. Now, as any good Catholic woman, my mom had no problem with homosexuality, as long as it wasn't her kids. So, coming out didn't go as well. Well, let's just say she was surprised. Well, are you sure? I mean, how do you know, Tim? Mom, I really don't think you want to know that. I lost my keys, only this was my heterosexuality. Did you check your coat pockets? Maybe you left it at house. His name is... I mean, she even asked me to keep it on the down low, just in case it wasn't true. Tim, I thought I was a lesbian for like 3 months in college. See, we're at war. But I still came out, and those school friends were now my best friends. One of them, the influence. I was happy with her. She was the influence in becoming a better me, in feeling beautiful. Best part was she was coming to Gonzaga with me. The summer after I graduated was incredible. I was in my first relationship and I loved him. Josh and I were together for 6 months, but when we broke up, we stayed best friends. There was no one who knew me better than he did. Phase 4, the Northeast Brewery and Euro Invasion. Gonzaga life and CM Northeast was full of testosterone. I lived with 60 other guys, and they were the definition of bros. We played video games, racquetball, cracked crude jokes, and played pranks on each other. We acted like men. These guys made freshman year a blast, but I just wasn't happy. Sure, I liked being the bromo, and I loved my bros, but after 5 months, I was tired and losing touch with the beauty I yearned for. That's when I was saved by the Euro Invasion. My friend and smoker buddy introduced me to her best friend, and together they were the Euro chicks, Switzerland and Belgium. Finally, I had some girls in my daily life. Phase 5, the Green Movement. The summer after freshman year, I was still extremely depressed by the loss of Josh, and the war with my mom was getting worse. But I couldn't go back to Gonzaga, so I took a leave of absence. And that's when I found the Green Movement. These people love their Hawaiian herb, their purple haze, chronic shit, yeah. But most importantly, they showed me that feeling sorry for myself and letting Josh's death ruin me was not what he would want. They showed me that to feel beautiful on the outside, I have to feel it on the inside. Phase 6, the Augusta Misfits. The influence and I returned to Gonzaga and were introduced to the Augusta Misfits. I had found my people, the outcasts, the smokers. They were weird. Everyone was different. Everyone had something unique to contribute. Their house became a home for all of us, and we partied like nobody's business. But if you saw us at a party, we're probably on the porch smoking cigs, discussing politics, religion, or philosophy. The rest of the time we spent getting fucked up in the Insomniacs 10-foot by 10-foot room. We smoked, drank, read Trivial Pursuit questions, listened to music, and played the guitars or bongos. At times, there were 30 of us in this tiny little room, all singing Disney songs. The Euro chicks, the influence, and the drifter, this was my family. I didn't have to fit in because we were a group of diverse opinions and life stories. Drama for us was running out of beer or losing in beer pong. I was finally part of a community that's beauty you couldn't find on TV or see in the movies. It wasn't a beauty I could see, touch, or hear. It was just a feeling, a sense of happiness. Phase 7, the gayest summer of my life. Seattle Gay Pride 2010. I met a group of guys who became my summer friends. There was boating, we went to drag shows and clubbing on Capitol Hill. There were these huge gay parties where I felt like a child at the candy store for his first time. I wanted all of them. But the closer I got to them, the more I realized how far from them I actually was. Their lives were consumed by drama. They were always bitching. It was a constant competition to be better than, cooler than, hotter than everyone. I love my gays, but they don't look for what's unique. They just do what they think gay people are supposed to do. For them, fitting in was more important than being themselves. Looking beautiful was more important than feeling it. Present phase, the social club. It's 2011 and I'm surrounded by beautiful people. My neighbors, the noobs, our friends Team Faded, the Euro chicks, Belgium and Switzerland, the Insomniac, my Zeg dad, the homegirl, the mom, and so many more. This is the social club. When we're together, we talk about what's real, what's important. We talk about how we can improve the world. about how we can form beauty in a world that doesn't realize its true beauty. The Dalai Lama tells us that humans have an innate need for happiness, but we look for it in all the wrong ways. We surround ourselves with physical and material beauty, but it just blinds us. For 10 years, I searched for beauty in the hopes of being happy. What I found was happiness that instead created beauty.
So my piece is called Beautiful Words. And, let the words speak for themselves. Sound, word, language. Sounds that create the words. Words that form the message that informs the mind that interprets meaning. Language is at the heart of communication. We are social beings who have a need to express, to confess, to possess. We describe our wants and our needs towards others through language. Our very existence is confirmed by language. I, you, us, them, we. That is the beauty of language, product of our souls through our tongues. You have a word for every emotion, happy, sad, funny, tired, embarrassed. All words we use to express our complicated selves. Beautiful words that connect me to you. I say just as much with te amo as you two say, I love you. Different languages may seem to separate us. What I say in Spanish won't sound the same elsewhere, but the way I say it can be understood so well. Sí se puede, I yell. At the same time, I stand. As the president looks at the people and says, yes, we can. Beautiful words that connect me to you. They tell our stories and remind us of who we are. As my father tells stories from his childhood, I imagine the tropics, the smell of fresh coffee, the red-colored mud, the hot midday sun. Words that evoke and provoke my senses. They reflect our lives and go back in time, reminding us of what it was like when our ancestors lived. Beautiful words that connect me and you. Tú eres mi amigo, my friend, mi amigo. Through good times and bad, we share our thoughts, sentidos y pasiones, feelings and passions. Courageous and sure, you stick up for me. El sentido humano, human emotion. More than a friend, mi hermana, sister and brother, bonded in blood. Familia forever, together my home, together por siempre. Powerful words that connect me and you. They release our strengths, our fears, and our secrets. Palabras bellas que nos unen, tú y yo, que liberan nuestras almas y abren los corazones. Expresan la pasión, el amor y los sueños. Palabras que perdonan, palabras que comprenden. Soul, heart, passion, and dream. Liberating the soul and opening hearts. Words that forgive and words that understand. The beauty of language is universal and true. What's beautiful is not only the word, but the root of the word. The root of the word found in every heart. The root that exists till death do us part.
Okay, so our top 3 winners of the first ever Diversity Monologues competition. In 3rd place, please give it up for Christina Bernal. She said she'd said enough words already. Okay, so next up, winning number 2. Please give it up to Jordan Love. you've all been waiting for. Winning the company's #1 random thing wrapped up in stuff. Please give it up for Renee Alvarez.
Phenomenal.
People have been really open about what they've been saying, and I don't know, it's really cool that people do that, because I personally couldn't do that very well.
I'm feeling good. First ever Diversity Monologues. Had a good show out, but turnout. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. You know, everyone's piece was different, and so it was nice to like get all those different definitions of beauty out and like show the campus that, you know, beauty isn't only skin deep. There's a lot more factors that go into it, and so it's not generic and superficial. That's what tonight is all about. So
1, 2, 3.
Diversity